All right, the next fixture that we have on the menu is one taking place on Saturday at the Orlando Stadium, and will be Orlando Pirates up against Magesi FC. We're joined by the head coach of the home side, Coach Jose Riveiro, and he is ready for your questions. I will take questions from the floor. I see one. Oh, maybe let's respect Kamu. I think it's good that he opens, so that we get that out of the way. So Kamu, you can go first, and then Loma will be next.
Buenos tardes.
Hola.
Coach, you just secured yet another cup 2 weeks ago. Now you're going into yet another cup competition. How do you then prepare your coach, not your coaches, your players, mentally not to be complacent?
In Spanish.
How do you then prepare your players mentally not to be complacent, as this is yet another competition, because now where in the street is that Orlando Pirates are champions?
Good afternoon, everyone. We don't prepare the players this week. The players are prepared already since a long time ago to deal with a difficult season. One more time is we're going through our fourth competition in a space of 2.5 months, and with the same intention than in the other one. So the mental preparation to try to deliver our best performance in each and every game is done since a long time ago, and is constantly how can I say, we're trying to reinforce that objective of play every game this season, every possible game, and this competition is not exceptional. It's going to be played at the same time than the league matches, and soon the Champions League as well. So 3 competitions at the same time. Hopefully that will mean that we're going through the last stages of the tournament, and that's our intention. So here we go again.
Coach, Ronaldo from CBC Sports. Coach, I'm just looking at your injury list, and I added to that as well. How much of a headache has it given you so far looking at your players that are out?
No, we feel for them, for all of them, but not in a sense that it's a headache. We feel for them because the football player wants to be on the football ground. They wants to play games. So Lisa was in an exceptional moment in his career, and it's a pity that he cannot be part of the team for the upcoming months. But we have solutions within the squad. We don't have to. It's not a headache in that sense. We have quality in the squad enough to immediately find the player who is going to replace Olisa, like it happens in the final already. Olisa didn't play. We play an international player like CBC. So Tapelo is also coming back soon. We have our captain Innocent Maela. We have many players who can play that role. So the headache is always the same: is to find the best start 11 to play in a squad of 39 players. So this week is not exceptional in that sense.
Okay, Lorenz.
Coach, just to follow up on Dar being gone, you had played Cesane and Dar together for almost every game this season. So not just that he's absent, but that continuity. I know you mentioned that he's an international quality player, but just how does it affect that continuity? Because we're holding something quite solid with that centre back pairing that probably because of injuries created that pairing.
Again, the fact that Olisa is not going to be around for a long time is something that we cannot change. So people who's taking care of Olisa and everybody else in the same department is already working to make possible that they are back. Players like Olisa, they are back as soon as possible, but our mind is in the players who are available, the players who can, and they are ready, like they show in the final immediately. Like I said, the case of Cosinati CBC delivering a good performance in a final, it talks a lot about the readiness in the squad, conditional and mentally to immediately perform. That's one of the strengths in our squad, and we're gonna find a way to continue being a team who is not depending on one or two players. It doesn't matter who is on the field. We try to play the same type of football, with the same intention, with the same mentality, and that's the meaning of the word team. And we're trying to be that team that is not missing anybody, even though we would like to have everybody available to selection. It's not a discussion.
Okay, Neo.
Thank you, Fatu. Coach Nobo here, KFD Radio. Coach, coming from the FIFA break, of course, at the back of 3 Betway Premiership victories, MTN 8 final triumph as well. What are some of the things that during the FIFA break you sort of worked on that you believe from the 3 games of the league and the MTN 8 you needed to improve ahead of this encounter and of course the league ahead?
I'm not going to tell you exactly where we were working on, but it's a period to basically as usually, to reinforce some of the things that we were doing very well in the first part of the season, and trying to have a look of the spaces where we can improve, the things that we can do more, that we can do better, that we can do faster, and not really allowing ourselves to take so much distance or too much distance with the competitive part of the process. So we try to continue taking every training, every session really serious. So when the competition, like it's already coming, is back, we are not too far from the place where we stopped 2 weeks ago.
Thank you, good afternoon, Coach. Coach, I just wanted to find out, when you receive players from the international break, you receive them in a different state, mentally, physically, psychologically as well. And a player such as Ito Masanani, there's a lot, negative said about him on social media. For you personally, he's a guy that you know so well. How do you support him? I know you can just talk to him, but is there any other support that you give to him and other players that are, off form or going through difficult things personally, so that they can perform, to the top level that we know them to on the pitch?
You're giving a lot of things for granted in your question. So I don't really know how to answer your question or statement. First of all, can you describe a little bit better for me what it means, criticisms in social media? And
okay, no, I'm just saying that recently when he played for Bafana, there's been a lot of negative said about him in regards to his performance. So I'm asking that, how do you help him so that he can perform better for the Pirates as the player that we know he can perform to the top level that we know he can be?
Again, I don't know how to answer that, because
It's fine.
Okay, let's move on to next one. Of September, can we take the microphone to the back? This one can go to Temba. Okay, seems like you go to Temba first, so this Temba can go first.
Coach, you've been against a team that's trying to find its feet. They're not doing so bad in the league. For a new team, they've acquired 4 points in 4 games. Usually when you play against new teams, they will try to prove a point against the Orlando Pirates. How do you guard against that as a club that my Leonard colleague here described as Cup kings of the current times, playing against the Magesi, that the coach, Captain Lassen, said he is actually happy about the picture that he's playing Orlando Pirates.
It's a normal scenario for us to play. I don't know how to say it. Every game for us is a must-win game. This is not an exception. We know it's going to be complicated because, like you said, we're talking about a team who is doing quite okay in the league. They just recently promoted. Is one of those clubs that managed to promote little by little from the lower stages, slowly but surely, and they managed to make it to play in the PSL. So credit for them. With a really experienced coach in PSL, he's not new in this type of games. He knows the space that he's gonna be on Saturday. With I guess that again a team with a good combination of experience and young players who would like to prove themselves in a difficult scenario like Orlando is. So we are prepared for that. We know that we're not going to play an easy game. It's a knockout game. One of the teams is going to be in the next round. Everything is possible in 90 minutes. So we are prepared again because we want to be that team. So we respect a lot Magesi or whoever is coming. We have already a long experience in this type of game, so we don't need anybody to tell us how difficult it's going to be. And yeah, that's the way we approach each and every game.
Okay, Sandy and Jaguar.
Coach, a special moment in Devon. You were FaceTiming your family members after winning the MTN 8. So tell us how special is it? Would you like perhaps maybe in future to celebrate with them when you win in the country? And also the second part of the question, you haven't won this cup, the Cali Knockout Cup. Do you put yourself under pressure to go for it after winning the MTN 8 and the Nedbank Cup?
This is not about myself. For you to answer both questions, it's not about myself. It's about Orlando Pirates facing the Carling Cup with the intention to play every possible game. That's the pressure coming from the position where we are. And yep, that's the situation. One more time, we want to play each and every game in the tournament one by one. The first opponent to deal with is Magesi. We are fully focused in this fixture, and that's it. But there's no extra pressure now because we managed to win the MTN 8, and the expectations about us are very high from the first day, and we're ready to answer to those expectations with good performances. And then the results are not in our control. In our control is to give our all against Magesi, to respect the opponent, to respect the tournament. We're playing at home, and yeah, we're gonna give our best, and hopefully it's enough to get the result that we want.
News 24. Coach, what do you make of the character that this team has shown in this ability to win games that look like are heading for a draw? And how has the team sort of been able to do that across all competitions? Because last season it was in cup games, but not so much in the league. But now you're doing it across all competitions.
We're feeling good. We're feeling capable to replicate our best performance every 2 days, every 3 days, every 4, every 7, whatever the schedule is asking us to do. We feel capable to come back when the game is asking us to come back. We feel capable to. So I think it's about mentality. We have that level of confidence right now. It doesn't mean that we're not going to go through difficult moments, difficult periods this season. We have to be ready for that as well. We have to be stable even when the difficult moments will come. But right now we feel that we are capable to deal with confidence, with all this, and not with arrogance. Don't get me wrong. With we know how much we need to dig in the games and work and push to make it possible. Nothing will come for free, and this Saturday is not an exception. But that's probably the change in the mentality, not in the players. This is something that I comment also, if I'm not wrong, after the last final, that is even in our fans, especially when we play in Orlando, that we can be maybe chasing one goal, but you can see that the people are still trusting in our boys that they're gonna make it possible, and I think that trusting around the team is what is helping a lot to change the mentality of our squad. Young players, many of them unexperienced in this type of scenarios, so it's helping a lot together to have that mentality that we are capable to do it. Sorry, I would like to answer the question. Meanwhile I was answering, elaborating a little bit what I wouldn't like to leave you without an answer, but I think, like I said before, we're giving a lot of things for granted with those type of questions. Like you are already saying that Tito is affecting or is affected about something that you don't really know if he's affected. You understand? So it's difficult for me to answer about a third person who is not here, giving for granted that he's affected and maybe he's not. So we as a professionals, we cannot afford to put our emotions or our mood in the hands of people that we don't even know. So when we speak about platforms like social media or stuff like that, it's something really abstract. So you can criticize me here, we are facing each other, and I can answer that criticisms, but nothing else. So our players are strong enough, they are well surrounded of people to support them in every possible scenario, like good or bad performances, and in this case we are really and fully behind our players. I think every time our players are going to the national team, they are giving their all. They are giving their all in good games, in bad games, like in the last one. I don't think that it was a problem of Tito that Bafana didn't get the result. So, as usually, we are really proud of them every time they go. We are really proud of them when they are back. And it's going to continue being the same, not only with Patrick, with everybody else. But give for granted that somebody is affected because someone is posting whatever, because I'm not there. I try to not be there for the same reason, because I don't want to get affected by, and I'm not 100% sure that I will be ready or willing to deal with, those comments when those comments come. So just to, my intention was not to be rude with that, but that's my point of view about the criticisms, when the criticisms comes from where exactly.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Last one, Magesi.
Coach, there has been an element of being unpredictable in how, in terms of the goals that you have scored, and also maybe your attack as well. Is that something that has been intentional? Because you've had, solo moments, you've had moments where it's a team goal that an opponent couldn't deal with. Is that something that was prepared, planned? And is your attack at a level where you can say is where you want it, or do you feel there's still more that can come into it? I'm asking, with all the players that start and also some that risk, normally come from the bench and still make an impact in terms of your attack.
Now, the impact of the players coming from the bench, I think, is general especially in the big teams, in the big clubs, in every league, and it's normal because right now we have the luxury of doing 5 subs per game, which is something that is happening since when the COVID time, I think 5-6 years ago, was not always like that. Second, like I said, when you are in a big team, you have big players on the bench. So, like in the final, having the luxury to introduce after 60 minutes players like Mabasa, Mofoke, and I don't want to leave anybody behind, but you know what I'm trying to say. The impact of the subs is going to be higher. I think there's a recent research about the last Euro tournament, the Euro Cup, where Spain was the winner, about the impact of the subs in the goals in the final results, and it's also huge. So there's nothing exceptional in Pirates right now that is not happening in every other club, every other league in the big clubs. So that's the reason behind. The players are talented. In the last stages of the games, in the last 30, 20, 15 minutes, when the teams are, especially the teams who are forced to defend for long periods, they are more tired, there's more fatigue, and when you have the talent of the players who are coming from the bench in our team, it's difficult to deal with it. So it's not about something specific that we prepare and they execute. It's the moment of the game, is the preparation as well, but especially more than anything else is the talent of the players coming and the capacity to create something from nowhere almost.